The main reason we came up to Hanoi was actually to visit Ninh Bình. We didn't really have enough time on this trip to fully do both Hanoi and Ha Long Bay, so we decided to save Ha Long Bay for another visit and spend a few days getting a small taste of Hanoi instead. It was our first time here, and honestly, we didn't have much of a plan besides eating good northern Vietnamese food, wandering around the Old Quarter, and taking a day trip out to Ninh Bình. We stayed in the Old Quarter for 3 days and just explored as we went. Some of the best parts ended up being shopping for knockoff clothes, finding little local food spots, and seeing Hanoi Train Street in person as the train squeezed through just inches away from the cafes. One thing we actually planned to do, besides going to Ninh Bình, was wake up early to watch the morning flag raising ceremony at the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. But after a long day out in Ninh Bình, I kind of completely slept in and missed it. I guess that just gives us another reason to come back someday. Hanoi is busy, loud, chaotic, and interesting all at the same time. We definitely didn't see everything, but this trip gave us a good first impression of the city and made us want to spend more time here in the future. This is the Old Quarter of Hanoi, and there's like 36 streets that make up this area. We'll be taking a walk around. Sylvia wanted to go pick up some nasal spray, some antihistamine nasal spray, but after that we'll take a walk around, get some pho, and just kind of check out the area. It didn't do much last night. I wasn't feeling all that great. My ears still plugged up. I can't clear my ears. But we're gonna go out and get some pho this morning. There was a pho bowl place, just the beef noodle soup that was just like packed last night. And so we're just gonna go check that out, try it out this morning. Check this place out, Pho 10. That is what the queue looks like right now. When we came by here last night, the queue was down the street. I mean, it's still packed, but it's nothing compared to last night. But it looks like they turned the tables quickly, so hopefully it's not too long of a wait. There is a good mix of locals and tourists. That's a good sign. They have been Michelin rated since 2023, so hopefully they live up to the hype. Quite the assembly line they have here. Like most Asian restaurants in Southeast Asia, this is pretty common. You have workers preparing the ingredients, workers assembling the dishes, and you have others that are doing the serving. It's a whole process, and this place looks like they've done this once or twice before. They have 3 different locations. Apparently there are other restaurants with the same name. As a tourist, I would not have known the difference. It's difficult to do a video in here. The tables are small and we're tightly packed together. I got the duck bit. It's like their special bowl of noodles. Basically, it has everything in it. And this sauce is really hot, but you gotta have it along with the peppers. It's really good. So let's take a look at what we got. Of course, we have the thigh, which is like a rare steak. And this is some brisket right here. The flank, of course, we have some flank. And the tendons are the tendons are in here somewhere. This bread is like a Chinese donut. You can dip it in the pho or eat it on its own. The limes, you can squeeze the limes right on top of your pho. Those peppers are more like a sweet chili pepper. So despite the way they look, they aren't all that hot. Okay, I'm going in and I'll let you know how it is. That place lived up to the hype. It was really good. My bowl of pho duck bit was a little less than $4, and the average price of a bowl of pho there is just under $3. Vietnam and its coffee culture. I'm not a coffee or dessert type person, but the rest of the crew is.
We'll hang here for a bit. This place has 3 levels, and the upper levels have a balcony. It's across the street from Pho Tan, where we just came from, and there's a banh mi shop on the opposite side of the street that looks really good. Hopefully, we have some time to check that place out before we leave. The view from the 3rd level is relaxing, with the trees and the leaves softening up the busy street below. If you like people and motor vehicle watching, the 2nd level is better. The branches and leaves of the trees do not block the view of the street below. Here's a traditional way to sell street food in Vietnam. What she is carrying is called gun, and they make it look easy, but it's not. It's a beautiful afternoon. I'm just hanging out at Tony Vu's local craft beer, doing some people and motor vehicle watching, and enjoying a pale ale. It's nothing special, but it's a nice break from the usual lager beers. You'll see locals hanging out in front of coffee shops smoking tobacco out of a bamboo pipe. The tobacco is called tuk lao, and it is overly strong. The pipe is called biu kai, and it acts like a bomb. This is what happens when amateurs decide to try it. Watch the reaction of the lady in the background.
Are you okay?
Thank you, Dan, for being the lab rat on this one. We'll probably head over to the train street after dinner tonight just to check that out. It's about 5:15 in the afternoon. This is what the view looks like from the rooftop pool area and bar of the Apricot Hotel. The air quality in Hanoi isn't all that great, and I'm told today isn't that bad. I don't know, it doesn't look all that great to me. I'm glad I'm not here when it's really bad. That's the Turtle Tower on an islet in Huam Kim Lake. It's best viewed at night. There are several variations of the legend behind this building.
Okay, so the dinner plans changed a little bit, and we just ended up with this full bowl bun cha and nem. Address is right there. So we got our nem, which they deep fried, nem ran. I'm probably butchering that up, plus some the boko, but they call it a little different thing. I hear they say it's a banh mi sot vang because you get the banh mi with the sot vang. I'm not sure what that means, but I know in my book it's a boko because it looks like everything. I don't know how it tastes. It tastes a little different. And then Mon ordered up some chicken, like a chicken stew looking thing. So this is a little different than a boko. It's kind of like the sauce is a little thicker, and it's got a little different taste. It doesn't have as much like the star anise type of taste to it, but it actually tastes pretty good. Let's see and it does have like potatoes instead of carrots in here. The meat's still the same. It's got about the same texture meat. Nothing too much different about that. But it's the same principle. You dip your bread, your baguette, into the sauce. So this fish sauce right here for the fried spring rolls, the nem ran. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's not like a nook mam. It's not like a fish sauce. It's your typical nook mam. It's a lot sweeter. And not as fishy on it, but still it actually goes really well with it. I had their version of the boko, but if you're expecting something that was like a boko, you're gonna be a little disappointed. That beef stew is not like what you would normally get in, say, like Saigon or what we used to get in Nha Trang. It is different. It's not even called it boko, so don't expect it to be that way. The spring rolls, the nem ran, That was good, but that sauce was a little sweet.
It was a little bit of a hike, but we made it over to Train Street. Unlike the Mae Klong train market in Thailand outside of Bangkok, this isn't a market. It's mostly restaurants, coffee shops, and bars packed along both sides of the track. As the train gets close, some shops will have employees wait a block away and rush over trying to guide you to their shop before the street closes for the train to pass. It turns into this chaotic frenzy designed to confuse you and make you follow them into their shop. Buying something is basically just the price of admission. It's obviously very popular for photo ops and posts on all social media platforms.
In Asia, your blue Hawaiian may be like a green looking thing.
The railway was built in the early 1900s by the French. Train Street was originally all residential housing for the workers. Through the years, it became a tourist attraction, and with that came the coffee shops, restaurants, and bars. The trains that pass through here go from Hanoi Station to the northern town of Lao Cai, which is the jumping off point to the tourist hotspot of Sapa. Not only passenger trains use these tracks, cargo freight trains also share the same rail line.
Call it a day. Tomorrow we head up to Ninh Bình. We got about a 7 a.m. start tomorrow morning, so we're gonna call it early a little bit tonight. It was a pretty good day, not too bad. Got to see the train street and the trains going by. Got some pretty good food.
It takes about 90 minutes to get to Ninh Bình from Hanoi, so we are going to get some road food at this banh mi shop. We had the breadsticks here the day we arrived. It was to die for. The prices here are very reasonable, and the banh mi is out of this world good. I think it is like a franchise, but anyway, I highly recommend this place. The three most popular sandwiches here are the char siu, shredded meat, and the ham. Load up on the breadsticks; they are so good. For a little under $10 US, we got 6 sandwiches and 10 breadsticks. It's mainly farmland and limestone cliffs on the way to Ninh Bình. It's very rural, with goat being a large part of the diet here. And I guess they don't get too concerned with electrical going through the trees. Our first stop is the Trang An Park. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's known for its limestone cliffs and network of caves throughout the waterway. In modern day era, it is known as the main location for the movie Kong, Skull Island. There's usually a long queue to purchase tickets, so come as early as possible. There are many activities here: go-karts, kayaks, ATVs, archery, and the one thing I want to do, but I'm sure we won't have enough time, is the grass skating. I remember using cardboard boxes, and once we were able to get our hands on the front end piece of a Volkswagen Bug, now those were the days. The main attraction, though, is taking a sampan boat ride rowed by a local. There are 3 routes, the shortest being about 2 hours, and frankly, that is more than enough. Our route will take us through several caves, what is known now as Kong Island, ancient temples, and the ancient villages. The limestone caves along the Trang An Park waterways were carved out millions of years ago. What really is special is how the labyrinth of interconnected waterways and caves cut through the landscape, creating a maze that is so close but hidden away from the modern world. This area is where some of the Kong Skull Island movie were filmed. Right after you come out of the cave is the Khao San Temple. We're gonna get off the boat here and take a look around. According to the sign, this temple was originally built out of wood in 968 AD. It was made to honor Khao San, who was the mountain god. If I understand the local legend correctly, Khao San was the protector of land and mountains. Ninh Bình is surrounded by steep limestone mountains and hidden waterways, providing a natural defense, and temples like this were created to honor the spirits that guarded the region. Temple grounds are beautifully landscaped. We'll take a look around before going back to the boat. Although bonsai originated in Japan, the northern Vietnamese practiced their own version of bonsai for thousands of years. This is very beautiful. I wish my dad could have seen this. My dad loved practicing the art of bonsai, and it was a very, very big part of his life. I'll put a link to a video I made of the tribute the bonsai group my dad belonged to in the end screen, maybe if I can figure that out, and in the description box below. I don't think you can see it, but we came out of that cave and now going through this cave up ahead. Our route will take us through 4 caves and make stops at 3 temples. Our boat driver, or captain, told us once we get out of this cave, we will know why Trang An is referred to as the inland Halong Bay. I haven't been to Halong Bay, so I really wouldn't know. But from the pictures I've seen, this really does look like it. These cranes are standing on turtles. You see that often in Vietnamese temples and palaces. It symbolizes longevity, harmony, and mutual support. Sui Tien Temple was originally built in the 10th century and then expanded in the 13th century. This pavilion in front of the Vulam Palace served as a ceremonial landmark and a cultural performance stage. Our boat captain told us it is still used today for local cultural events. This cliff formation was featured in the movie Kong Skull Island. It does have a resemblance. These were the huts built and used in the movie for the Iwi tribe village scenes. This place must get crazy busy if all these boats are any indication. Well, this is the end of our boat ride. Our next stop is the Hualu Ancient Capital Grounds. We had initially planned to visit the Hualu Ancient Capital Grounds after Trang An. Due to time constraints, we decided to bypass the Capital Grounds and come directly to the Am Tien Cave. We chose the Am Tien Cave over the Mua Cave because local knowledge told us this cave is less crowded, half the steps, and the view is comparable. Goats are a big part of this region and a staple in the local diet. If you look way up on the cliffs, you can see some of the goats. The grounds here are beautiful and perfectly manicured. Feeding the koi is said to bring good luck. Probably not so much for the koi if overfed though. I think that it's controlled by the amount of food given or available for purchase at any given time. If I understood the sign correctly, this cave served as a retreat and a place of meditation during the Ding Dynasty. This is also where Empress Von Na, I think I said that right, after serving as empress for the Ding and Li dynasties, spent her final years practicing Buddhism. The view from up there overlooking the valley and the Aozai Lake must be amazing. I think these were the original steps to go up to the cave in the pagoda. It looks pretty rough and steep. Does not look like a whole lot of fun. These look much better. I'm so glad we went with local knowledge and came here instead of Mua Cave. Going up 250 steps is way better than the 500 steps there. Even with 250 steps, it's a long ways. The statues on each side of the cave entrance are Buddhist guardian gods with their guardian dogs. They're there to separate the mortal world outside of the cave from the spiritual world in the cave. They form a demarcation line. This area as a whole is referred to as Tuet Tin Cook. I'm trying to get the pronunciation right. The view from this pagoda up here is stunning. The only thing better would be if we were here for sunset. It's a very social media photo op location. Coming down was a lot easier than going up. Well, I'll wrap it up here. There's way more to do in Ninh Bình, and it's more than what can be done in a day trip out of Hanoi. I hope to make another trip out here soon. Sylvia and I leave tomorrow for home, but before we go, I hope to see the raising of the flag at Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum very early tomorrow morning. I slept in a little too long and wasn't able to see the flag raising ceremony at the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. It's okay though, I was able to do my morning run around Ho Tien Lake or Ford Lake. Hopefully you can hear me okay. There's a large exercise culture around this lake every morning, and they do turn up the volume. My Google Translate worked, along with playing charades and using hand gestures. I understand it's free to join, and you just tip the group leader. There are many varieties of activities you can do, with aerobic dancing looking like it's the most popular. That wraps it up for this trip. Thanks for coming along. Hopefully you liked our short Hanoi and Ninh Bình journey. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on our next adventure.